Plaintiff Sean Holland says when he met the defendant, he thought they were soulmates, and they started a romantic relationship. Sean claims while dating, he went to prison for a year, and the defendant drained both of his bank accounts. He's suing for the stolen money and emotional distress. Defendant Rosalie Davis says Sean cheated on her throughout their entire relationship. Rosalie claims she found naked pictures of Sean that he sent to other women, and naked pictures that other women had sent to him. Rosalie's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Okay, Your Honor. I met Ms. Davis in April of 2016. We started a very beautiful romantic relationship. I thought she was like my soulmate, eventually marriage down the line. Well, 4 months into the relationship, she was evicted from her place.
So you thought all that in 4 months?
Hey, Your Honor, it was...
Or were you gaming? Maybe you were just gaming.
No, just felt like we were soulmates. Our birthdays were like day apart.
See, people do
like
that, but it's usually infatuation, I guess. In 4 months, I want to marry you.
It could have been,
Your
Honor.
This is my soulmate. Okay, go ahead.
I was just trying to be a good guy.
Either that or they put it on you pretty much.
Okay.
It's my vote.
That you,
I was just trying to be a good guy, gentlemen. So when she got evicted from her place, I decided to let her move in with me. And at the same time, I hired her as my caretaker because I'm physically disabled because I have nerve damage in my left leg. In 2009, I was shot by the police. I was racially profiled walking down the street.
Where?
In St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow.
And I was walking down the street.
St. Louis.
The police officer racially profiled me, jumped out on me, so I took off, started running because I was scared. And when I took off, started running, I was shot 3 times, and I was assaulted, and they let their dogs bite me up and stuff like that. And then after that, I was sent immediately to prison.
How long?
I did a year.
What were you convicted of?
Your Honor, I'm going to be honest. I had a firearm. I wasn't supposed to have a firearm, but like I said, I stay in St. Louis. It's very dangerous, so I felt like that was needed to protect myself.
And you say you received disability as a result of your injury. You didn't sue the department?
I tried, but they said since I had the firearm, they canceled out the lawsuit.
Okay, that's not an appropriate penalty or treatment for a firearm possession, but you know, and the problem is St. Louis has had those problems, and so it's hard to defend it. It's hard to defend St. Louis and the surrounding police departments because they've had that problem. Ferguson, of course, Missouri is a suburb of St. Louis. And we've had an uprising there as a result of a police officer being acquitted after shooting a person direct on tape. So I don't know how to defend them.
There's been a lot of tension between the people and the police in the city of Missouri.
I know it. All I can say is there are bad police there, but a lot of good ones. There's probably more good ones in St. Louis and the surrounding area than there are bad ones. But I believe there are a lot of bad ones. So don't y'all follow me or try to get me, because I got some security of my own. I got my own police. Yeah.
Well, after that, Your Honor, I did my time and just changed my life around. My whole concerns to never get back in no more trouble, because that was an eye-opener for me. I know a lot of people say when they go to prison they never go back. I haven't been back, and that's been over 10 years since then.
Good. Mine has been 30.
Well, like I said,
let me just make this observation. I was incarcerated for 11 months. Ultimately sentenced to 7 for carrying a weapon. And you say yours has been 10 years, mine's been 40, so hopefully you get another 30 in. Is that your only conviction?
No, sir.
Okay, I was going to suggest you get an expungement. In most states, after 5 years, you can get an expungement if it's only one conviction, which was the case for me as an adult conviction. And however, that's a second chance. Most state law does not give you a third chance. Correct. So if you had a second conviction, that's going to be on your record.
I made my mistakes, Your Honor. I owned up to them. I made my mistakes, Your Honor. I owned up to them.
Good. At least you're regretful and you've moved on. Ma'am, why don't you give me some background?
Well, when me and Sean first got together,
he was cheating on me through the whole relationship. Like, I would find messages.
How long after April 16 do you discover he was cheating?
Probably like 2 months into the relationship.
Okay, and were you still head over heels in love, or this isn't
That's
true?
not true, Your Honor. Everything was
Never cheated
fine.
on her?
We didn't have,
Yes, he
we
did,
didn't have
Your
our
Honor.
first.
Did you ever cheat on her?
Not physically. No, I didn't.
Lying.
Yeah.
Facebook gets everybody
You're
in
a
trouble,
mixture
Your
of
Honor.
Bill Clinton and Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. President Carter said he cheated in his mind. That was a sin. He said his sin was he cheats in his mind.
Your Honor,
And Clinton
Facebook-
says just because there was a particular type of sexual activity involved, he said, I never had sex with that woman. And he said, depends on your definition. So,
Your Honor,
what's your
Facebook-
definition? What's your definition for cheating? What'd you do? Cheating the
All right, Your Honor.
mind, cheating the text, what?
Text pretty much. Facebook gets everybody in trouble. Facebook's the devil. So
Don't get me in trouble. Don't put me in. Don't lump me in with y'all. Go ahead, ma'am. And what did you discover? How did you determine he was cheating?
I used to find like messages in his phones and
Saying what? What type of things convinced you that he was cheating
like
outside
I've
of his
seen
mind?
naked pictures of women.
Naked pictures.
And I've seen naked pictures of him sending to women. And also I read a message he used to having sexual intercourse with a woman. I guess she had some kind of health issue during the sexual intercourse. I read that. He snatched the phone from me, erased the message, and say that I didn't see it, and he had hurry up and erased it in my face.
Said your mind playing tricks on
Yes,
you.
that's what he said, basically.
All right. Why are you suing her today?
when I was incarcerated, I got incarcerated again on May 1st, 2017.
What?
I was on my way coming from buying me breakfast, and I got flagged, and I had a taillight that was
Racial
out.
profiling again?
Huh?
Racial profiling again?
No, sir. I had
You
a
gonna
tail-
hurt our calls coming in here with that nonsense.
No, sir. I had a taillight
You
out.
heard folks' calls. You talked to me like they had unfairly prosecuted you. Perhaps it was excessive force, but you were engaged in an illegal act carrying a pistol. You're talking about racially profiling you. They profiled you because you looked like you had a gun. That
was in
is
the wrong-
racial profiling, though. Looking like you have something, you got to stop you for something, a violation
Yeah.
you were engaged in. No.
I was in
in
the
this
wrong-
case, what was happening this time?
This time I was in the wrong driving. My tail light was out, so that gave them probable cause to flag me.
Mm-hmm.
And at that same time, I had a old warrant for trespassing. So I was incarcerated with
Okay.
a $750 bond. I had the money, so I asked her, can she use the money out of my account to buy me out? This was May 1st. From that point on, she didn't buy me out. I ended up sitting in St. Louis City Workhouse for 2.5 months. It made national news, Your Honor, because of the conditions were so deplorable there.
Yep, sure were in St.
Heat
Louis.
wave, there were people passing out
Well,
with heat
Missouri,
strokes and
this is
stuff
one of the
like that.
Missouri prisons, yep.
And the point-
Protesters jeer St. Louis jail's lack of air conditioning after inmates were heard crying, "Help us," during the heat wave. Yeah.
It was so hot and it was so bad. That's where the emotional, coming in.
A
at.
video from the latest protest showed officers dragging at least one person away from a demonstration during a brief. The protesters were prompted by an alarming video shared on Facebook on Tuesday where inmates can be heard crying, "Help, help us. We ain't got no air." Yeah, I heard about that.
I know jail's not supposed to be summer camp, but the conditions there were inhumane.
Yep. Yep. All right. And what did happen with the money? And
She took
did
the
she steal
money.
it?
She just started spending everything on my account. She drained both of my accounts to
without your
within a
permission,
dollar.
obviously.
Here you go.
Did
And also
she at
have
least
a,
get you out of jail?
no.
Ever?
I had to get one of my
Spent
family.
all the
members.
money and didn't even.
No,
It
Your
was
Honor.
only $750 for you to get out of jail.
Yes, sir.
And how much of your money did she spend? 25.
$2,449.
She would have still had a bunch of money to steal after
I
the
also have a
seven.
breakdown for all the charges if you need to
Let's
see
see it, ma'am. What
The
happened?
highlighted ones.
You had enough money to steal even after you got him out.
I know. I had wanted him to stay in there for him to suffer like I suffered. I wanted to pay him back for cheating on me, so I left him in jail.
And stole his money. Is that part of the payback?
No.
Used the money without his permission?
I was paying my bills, and he knew he was paying my bills, my
and he
cell phone
agreed
bills.
to.
No, I didn't. Your
He
Honor.
gave
I
you
didn't know
permission
she
to
was
make
doing
those charges.
No, he didn't.
Well, then you paying your bills without his permission, and it was his money. He used his money without his permission. And what is your counterclaim for? Emotional distress.
Mm-hmm.
He got out.
Oh, that was it.
Your Honor.
That's right.
No,
That makes
no,
sense. And I know she better not tell me that, though.
No.
Go ahead.
When I found out that he was cheating on me and he had a health issue with the woman that he was having sex with, I got scared and thought I had an STD.
Now, where'd you get this information? Based on the text?
Text messages,
Sir,
yes.
do you want to respond to that? Had there been any discussion regarding an STD with you bringing home an STD?
No, Your Honor.
This is the first you're
It was
hearing?
just
No.
discussions
No.
about sexual acts and stuff like that. That was as far as it went on
No.
text for Facebook.
You have any proof?
No.
All right. And you have faulty reasoning, thinking that you were in the right or you were not in the wrong for spending his money and not even getting him out of jail. $2,599 is your judgment. Your claim is dismissed. You can't prove he caused you emotional distress because you believe that you had an STD. Have a good day.
Thank you. Just glad this is over with. Hopefully we can be friends.
We'll be friends probably eventually again. It's just I was just hurt about all my money. You didn't have to do all of that.